Okay, greetings class. For this lesson, we're going to be doing 9L, and the objective of this lesson is basically how to use a macro. A macro is kind of like a shortcut key that you can record and then click that combination of keys in order to have some output. So instead of, for example, typing 89 header lines in 89 different Excel workbooks, you could just click Control R, Control R, Control R, and it automatically inserts what you need to be done. Okay, so we're going to go by steps. And first, we're going to start at step 1. And I'm going to be going back to this, but when I'm recording my macro, I cannot switch between screens. So step 1 is to get the student file. You need 9L accounting macro. You can get that in 2 ways. You can get it from the Lesson 4 deliverables announcement, or you can go to the website. To go to the website, I've shown you in previous ones, there's the web URL, and you just click on Student Data Files, Chapter 9L. You save Chapter 9L. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open it, and then we're going to go to 9L. So while this downloads, we'll open file, we go to 9L, and we're going to be using the accounting macro spreadsheet. Or you can just simply download it from the Lesson 4 deliverables. Okay, so I've downloaded it, I'm opening it up, and we're going to go by the steps. If you have a problem, tell me what step you're working on and what result that you're getting that's different. So step 1, we've got the student file. Step 2, we're going to enable the macro. To enable the macro, we simply click on File. We click on Options. We are going to go to our Custom ribbon. We're going to make sure that this is on Popular Commands. This is on Main tabs. If this is on Main tabs, we're okay. And we're going to check the developer box. Checking this developer box allows us to use macros. We're going to click OK. That is step 2, enabling your macro. Step 3, we're going to make our macro. So while I do this macro and while you do your macro, you cannot switch in between worksheets. You're recording it live. So if you click out of there, it will error out. If you're watching my video while you do your course project, you'll probably have to watch it on another source, or make sure you know these steps. Otherwise, you'll click out of that workbook and it will error out. So no clicking out of Excel when you're recording your macro. Okay, so we're going to start by recording our macro. We click on the Developer tab. We click Record Macro. We're going to name our macro. In this case, I'm going to name it accounting underscore macro, and you can name it whatever you'd like. The book tells us to use the Control R key, so we're going to use Control and R. That's our shortcut for a macro. And we're going to type a description. Macro to add headers. Okay? Once we click OK, our macro is recording and we cannot switch out of our sheet. I click OK. So you can see up here the macro is recording. So anything I do is now going to be recorded. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a header. Going to insert a header. It tells us to add a right header, and that right header should say Westland Plains Human Resources Consulting. Westland Plains Human Resources Consulting. Next, we're going to add a right header, and that right header should say Accounting Department. Okay, so we've added our left header and our right header. What we're going to do now is we're going to stop recording the macro. So we have to click out of it. We go to developer and we go to stop recording. So I've stopped recording the macro, okay? I had to click out of there to stop recording it. If I was still in there, it would not allow me to stop recording. Okay? So what we've just done is we've done step 3, right? We did our macro. We did step 4, make our header in the left section. We did step 5, right section. Then we just stopped the macro, step 6. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to step 7, edit the macro with the new left heading. All right? So to edit our macro, we click on the macro key, right? We first have to be in developer tab. We click on the macro key. We select the macro we just named and we click edit. Okay? So we know in the left header, right, we have the words, and it says right here, left header, Westland Plains Human Resource Consulting. We need to change it to WPHR Consulting. So we simply highlight the segment we want to change and we type WPHR Consulting. Right? Maybe they think that, you know, the whole Westland Plains Human Resource Consulting is too long for the header and they just want that WPHR Consulting. Okay? So we just edited our macro. Okay? We're not recording at this time, so it's okay if we switch between, right? We just did step 7. We edited the macro with the new left header. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to minimize our macro. We're going to add a new worksheet by simply clicking on the new worksheet. Okay, it's going to tell us to type a title in cell A1. So here's A1, test my macro. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click insert. Well, let me click out of there. I'm going to click insert. I'm going to click header or footer. I'm going to click out of there again and I'm going to click Control R. So what Control R just did is it ran my new macro, right? I changed on my other sheet, it said Westland Plains Human Resource Consulting. On my new sheet, when I hit Control R, testing my macro, it said WPHR Consulting and Accounting Firm. So I know my macro is successful. Okay? So then finally, let's go by the steps, right? We just inserted the new sheet, which was step 8. We typed our title and we ran our new macro. Okay, so now what we just need to do, we need to go ahead and add our file properties, right? By typing in our tag. Our tag should say accounting macro. Right? And we are complete. So now we just file, save as, save it to our desktop or wherever we want to do. Right? We want to, when we save it, we want an Excel macro enabled workbook. Cell macro enabled workbook. If you don't do that, your macro won't run. Save. And that concludes 9L. Remember, if you have a problem, tell me what step that you're accomplishing and what results you're achieving, and I can fix it. Thanks.